Hello, everyone, all you hairy forearm worshippers. I'm back on a Sony Handycam, or the modern day equivalent of it. Actually, I got my new camera, so I thought I'd tell you all about it. I'm not going to show it to you because, it's what's recording me. I could put a mirror in front of it, but it's a CX440, and it is pretty much the modern equivalent of the camera that I had that I loved so much that when it died, I gave it a eulogy, and I still have it plugged in because I'm still hoping that it will turn on and stay on, but no, it keeps dying. Still, good memories. Anyways, so I thought I'd ramble on about my feelings in the wake of me giving a eulogy to my camera, and then what I felt the next day, and then the next day, because I thought it was interesting in the context of just YouTube, and the community. So, day one, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot make a ramble video at will, wherever I want. And I was like, no, I need my camera. And it was a complete emotional, just heart-wrenching thing. Maybe a little bit of it showed in my video, just maybe. But the next day, I was at peace with it. I was like, well, it's time to get a new camera. It's prompting me to get with the times, get something that shoots in 1080p right away and doesn't put it in a strange file format that's like from the OEM and completely proprietary and doesn't work well with any of the software that I have. Because that's what I've been doing for the past 6 fucking years, because I've been a creature of habit, and sometimes you need something to just kick you in the ass and tell you to upgrade or change something. So it was the end of day 2. I had a different feeling about all of this. I left the video where I eulogized my camera up because those were my feelings at the time. But the part that I didn't want up anymore was actually the fundraiser that I put in so that people could help me buy a camera. And I realize that it's people's choice if they want to give money to anything, But I started thinking about, I've given to other YouTubers for much better causes than me. And in that second day, I'd been thinking about, well, how am I going to raise money on my end and not just rely on other people? How am I going to raise money on my end? And then I did. Sold a few paintings, and I actually had other plans too that are still going to happen, so I still am going to have money coming in because I signed up for some shifts of overtime at my work, and I realized that I actually have the ability to raise the funds on my own. And that difference between me and a bunch of the different fundraisers that I have given to really made me not want to do my fundraiser anymore. You can go to my old video and click the link. I've discontinued it, but basically, my feelings were that I wasn't worthy of the people that had donated to me, because I have the ability to earn money. I'm an able-bodied fucking grown-ass man. I need to go out there and earn money my goddamn fucking self. Yes, this was tragic. This shit that doesn't work anymore. I loved this camera, and it's still not working, and I've been trying this for days because I'm just hoping, with insanity, that this shit will start working for me. So, yeah, I'm hoping for a different outcome. It doesn't happen, and it makes me sad. But my sadness doesn't change the fact that I'm actually an able-bodied, working American who can just choose to work extra and raise money for a lot of the things that trouble me. You know, yeah, I don't make a lot of money right now, but that's another thing that was getting to me because on the 14th, I'm taking an exam for the next level of licensure in my profession, and after that, I'll be a lot more marketable, and I'll be making a lot more money. So this camera that you're watching me on right now will probably last me as long as the last one did, you know, or longer, hopefully. But it's got a warranty on it that I paid for an extra warranty on it, so it's at least going to last 2 years, or else I'll just swap it out. Random train is random. Anyways, part of the reason why I'll be doing my weekly flags recap right after I upload this video is that I actually signed up to work extra hours during the time when I normally would do the weekly flags recap because I was in a panic about, oh my goodness, I need to raise money to get a new camera, and didn't realize that I had other means to raise the money for my camera. So, yeah. Thank you to the two people who did donate to my fundraiser. I probably would have had more if I pimped the fuck out of my fundraiser, like you should. If you're raising money for anything, you should start a hangout marathon and invite other YouTubers and get everyone to retweet and all that shit. And I didn't, because the next day, after I had slept on it and thought about what I did when I just threw that link in my video, I was like, you know what? I don't feel it anymore. Like, one day later. So I stopped pimping it. So, but still, the two that did donated $40, and that turned out to be a sixth of the price of the camera that you're watching me on right now. And links in the description box to both of their channels. Please subscribe them. I'm going to get with them about other things that I promised in the fundraiser, like I need to do a hangout with both of them, either on their channel or mine. And, yeah, this shout out right now that's happening. That is Liz Reptile and Midnight Goddess, both of whom I really like. And I hope that they're here on YouTube in the community for a long time. And that brings me to another part of this ramble that's going to get a little bit fucking strange, okay? Part of the feelings that crept up into me that made me not like my fundraiser anymore was the fact that Liz Reptile donated to it. Why? Well, I love the fuck out of Liz Reptile, okay? Check her channel out, okay? I really... I have confidence that she's going to be a part of this community for a very long time in a good way. And so, to that end, when she started a Patreon for her small channel, I decided that I wanted to be one of the first people to support her in that. You know, I've got a Patreon and she's got a Patreon. When I did, and she can make a video showing the chat log to this. When I did that, I sent her a very odd message. I can maybe try to pull it up right now as I'm talking in my ramble. I'm unprepared. Sue me. Anyways, I sent her a really strange message that I've sent every person that I've ever donated to. And that message was, hey, I just donated to your Patreon. Please do not reciprocate. And that was a long time ago. I'm not going to search the chat log right now because we have talked a lot. And I just got like 1 month down with all that finger movement. So, anyways, she could show you our Twitter log, and it's a strange thing that I've said to every person that I've given to on Patreon. As I started donating to them, I said, please do not reciprocate. Why was that? Well, even months before I made the video where I called out what I was calling at the time the SJW Patreon circle jerk, I felt like it was wrong to give back and forth to each other on Patreon and make each other look bigger. And I had the idea to out the people who were doing that. So when I started giving to people, I made it clear to everyone that I gave to at the moment that I gave to them, please, don't give back to me. Right? I didn't say why, because I'm weird. This is a weird thought. This is really heady. I wanted to keep my Patreon donations clean of any accusation of impropriety. Okay? So, back to the current moment. One of the reasons why I decided to shut down my fundraiser for my camera was Liz Reptile donated to it as a good friend, right? Like, not thinking, oh, holy shit, but he gives back to me on Patreon, so this is money that's going from him, over months, and then I'm just giving right back right back to him. And I feel when I'm explaining this to the camera, I feel like Tales from the Crypt, the movie, I believe it was, where Tamara Tooney played a character that actually was a gargoyle, and this man saw a gargoyle, and the gargoyle said, "If you promise to never talk about me ever again, you can live." And then the man says, "Okay," and then the gargoyle doesn't kill him. And then the man goes through his life and finds the woman of his dreams, played by Tamara Tooney, who later did really good work on Law and Order SVU as the coroner. And like they're living a great life. They have 2 wonderful children and all that. And then one day, like, that memory of the gargoyle just like has to come out, and he tells his wife, and then his wife was like, "You promised you'd never tell," and then she transforms into the gargoyle, and then his kids transform into little baby gargoyles, and like she bites his head off and rah, and then it flies away, right? So I feel like I'm like a living embodiment of that tale from Tales of the Crypt right now, because I really like her, Liz. She's an awesome person, but she gave back to me, and so it just made me feel weird about having anyone else donate to that, because they'll see, oh look, people have given $40 already. He must be popular. It gives that psychological effect of, oh, other people are giving money, so maybe I should be a little bit looser with my funds and trust this guy. So that's why I didn't like it. Not accusing anyone of any wrongdoing. All I'm saying is that I'm weird. I'm the one who has this weird set of principles about how the community should work in a very transparent way, and I wish that things were easier. And it's weird because if this was hospital needs, if I was like Halcyon Galen, who had like a life-threatening need to have like surgery done, I probably wouldn't care as much if there was this kind of giving back and forth. I would probably just accept it and be grateful. But because I don't believe that I deserve to have my little camera problem taken care of by people, because there are other causes that are way more important that you could be giving your money to, that's why it then starts to grate at me and make me feel like a hypocrite, because I'm the one who called out all those people who are giving back and forth, and some of them who are still giving back and forth on Patreon, and here I am. It happened with me. And it makes me feel for Dark Matter 2525 when he explained his part of what I had called out in my video as being, a friendly thing that he felt like giving to the person, and they felt like giving to him, and he tried to give more so that their funds would be offset by the funds that he was giving to them, and you can read his post, but yeah, I feel like same thing just happened to me. It wasn't that anything bad happened. It was just bad in my head. I'm the only one here that's thinking that anything's wrong, and yeah. So this is video number 2 on the new camera. Video number 1 was actually Clyde, our pit bull, licking Misty, my girlfriend's face. And so this is video number 2. Hopefully, just like my last camera, I'll make it to near 10,000 clicks of the button before it craps out on me and doesn't work past the startup screen. Even with having my new camera, I want that one to work. That's how much I love that camera. But I'm gonna get working on the recap because I have an extra shift at work now to work, even though I already have my camera. Oh my goodness. And a couple more in the next 2 weeks that I also signed up for because my emotions made me a little bit greedier than the camera actually costed. I actually even set my fundraiser to like $500, not knowing that cameras 6 years later don't cost $500, and they have much better quality video. And yeah, I even got a discount when I bought it because the camera that you're looking at me through right now, it was actually the display model, and they gave me a 20% discount. So I needed even less funds to get it, and I got it in a nice bundle with some accessories, and some of my old accessories still work with it. So I'm set. Don't need any more help, and I will maybe think harder before giving people a way to help me. I'll think about, do I really need the help? Is my situation as dire as, say, when I just gave money to the Quiet Atheist, John, because he needed a car because he had a car accident? That's a need. A camera. When you got other ways to make videos, a camera is not a need, really. And so that's over. Fundraiser over. Click, done. Thank you to those who did donate. I still appreciate it. But, yeah. I hope I didn't bake anyone's brain, because this is just the second video and there's more to come. Also, this camera has some weird features that it actually connects through Wi-Fi, and I think I might be able to do a software thing where I'll be taking this camera by Wi-Fi onto a Google Hangout, and I'll be using basically a camcorder around the house, and maybe I'll even make breakfast. I've had a thought of mounting my camera in a downward angle onto the skillet so I can make some of those pancakes I've seen other people make, where they draw with the pancake batter and then let it cook a little while, and then they put the rest of the pancake on, and then that. I saw a guy who made monkey shapes, and I was like, I can do that. That's just right up my alley with the relief style. Um, yeah, I can do that. So we'll see what great things come from technology that I've just bought, because 6 years nowadays is just like leaps and bounds. Till next time, which will be a little bit early because I got to do that weekly flags recap so that I can go work that extra shift. Fuck. Why was I so greedy? Check out my arm hairs in 1080p.